Today, we are taking a virtual field trip to Rome, Italy. Buckle up and sit back as we tour this ancient city. You might be asking, why can't we just go to Rome? It would be so much better. Yes, it would, but let's take a look as to how far we would have to travel from our school to Italy. Italy is the country that is shaped like a boot. Isn't that neat? We would have to travel over 12 hours in at least 2 different airports and spend almost $3,000 a person to get there. It is almost 5,200 miles away. That is over 9,000 football fields. So, as you can see, to get to Rome would be almost impossible for our class. So, we're going to pretend. Let's take a closer look. Take a look at the red arrow. That is where Rome is. Italy is a peninsula, which means it has water on 3 sides of the country. In Italy, they speak Italian. Let's learn some basic Italian. I will say the word in Italian, you repeat it, and then I will tell you what it means in English. Ready? Grazie. Thank you. Ciao. This can mean hello or goodbye. Prego. You're welcome. Per favore. Please. Parla inglese? Do you speak English? Buongiorno. Good morning. Mi scusi. Excuse me. Sì. Yes. No. No. Quanto costo? How much does it cost? In Italy, they use a different kind of money. They use the euro. Look at the bottom right of the screen. There are some examples of what the euro looks like. Most tourist places will accept American money as well. So once we know a little background about Italy, let's start exploring. Pay careful attention to where we go. Our first stop is the catacombs. The catacombs are underground cemeteries of Christians that were killed in ancient Rome. These cemeteries are made up of hundreds of dark and twisty tunnels. Romans were much shorter than today's average American. Most Romans were about 5 feet tall. Once someone died, their family members would carve out a piece of the wall for them to lay their loved ones. Most of the catacombs are owned and operated by the Catholic Church in Rome. There are only certain places of the catacombs that are open to the public. The church wants to keep as much of the history preserved as possible. The Romans were known for their innovation that was ahead of their time. This is an ancient Roman road. It has been said that all roads lead to Rome. One of the most well-known Romans was Julius Caesar. He was born in 100 BC. He transformed the Roman Empire by expanding its borders significantly. He became the dictator of Rome, but only for a year before he died. He was betrayed by an ally, Brutus, and was stabbed to death. Caesar's famous last words were allegedly, "E tu, Brute?" which means, "You too, Brutus?" Our next step is the Colosseum. This is a massive stone amphitheater that has remained mostly intact since it was built in 80 AD. Romans were known for their incredibly violent and seemingly entertaining shows. The Colosseum was where gladiators fought to the death, where animal fights occur that were watched over by 50,000 people. Unfortunately, over the centuries, there have been several natural disasters, neglect, and vandalism that has destroyed about 2/3 of the original structure. Scientists have been working hard to preserve what is left of this great piece of history. Our next stop is the Pantheon. It is the best preserved ancient Roman monument. No one really knows how it survived the barbaric raids. As I said before, the Romans were very ahead of their time. The actual materials of the Pantheon are still unknown, but it resembles modern-day concrete. The Pantheon is known for having the largest unsupported dome in the world. The Pantheon was once a pagan temple that was turned into a church. Today, it is the church dedicated to Saint Mary of the Martyrs. Our next stop is the ancient ruins of the Roman Forum. This forum was in the middle of the city. People would meet there to buy and sell goods, see friends, go to school, and get informed on what's going on in the world. The Senate also met here in a brick building. It had to be replaced because of the fire that destroyed it a long time ago. As the years went on, Triumph arches, statues, and basilicas were added. Ancient Rome is actually several feet under modern-day Rome. This is caused by rebuilding and different natural disasters. It took over 100 years for excavators to fully uncover the Forum. Follow me to St. Peter's Cathedral. St. Peter's is inside Vatican City. The Catholic Church likes to build elaborate cathedrals in honor of people that they consider to be saints. St. Peter was an apostle of Jesus that started the church. As you walk into the cathedral, your breath gets taken away. The Catholic Church built this cathedral here because they believe that that is where St. Peter died as a martyr. He is also considered to be the first pope. Everything in this cathedral is huge. It was built in the early 1600s. The church is 187 meters long and 46 meters tall. This cathedral can hold up to 60,000 people. The giant pavilion-like structure called the baldachin takes the cake as the star of the cathedral. It is over 26 meters high and it's made of bronze. The details of this baldachin are incredible. Above the baldachin are letters written in Latin that are over 4.6 meters high. Underneath it is the Confessio, or the burial place of St. Peter. The remains of St. Peter are stored here and worshipped and surrounded by 95 lit lanterns. The statue that is displayed towards the front of the cathedral was constructed by Michelangelo. The sculpture depicts Mary, the mother of Jesus, cradling her son after his death. This sculpture is called Pietà. Until 1972, the statue was out in the open, able to be seen from all angles. In 1972, a deranged man took an axe to the backside of the statue. Now it is behind protective glass. St. Peter's Square is surrounded by dozens of sculptures of different saints created by different sculptors in the late 1600s. Next stop is across Rome at the Altar del Patria, translated to Altar of the Fatherland. This altar is home to Italy's tribute to the tomb of the unknown soldier. There are guards there 24/7 honoring and protecting the tomb. Look at this yellow arrow. That green canopy is where Napoleon Bonaparte housed his mother under the protection of the Pope. This square has been iconic in different scenes of movies and shows. Our last stop. This is the stop that is more touristy than most. It is the Trevi Fountain. The Trevi Fountain is the largest Baroque fountain in Rome. In ancient Rome, fountains served as a water source for its citizens. It is one of the oldest water sources in Rome. It is named in honor of a girl who led thirsty and weary soldiers to the source of the spring to drink. It is tradition that if you make a wish and throw a coin over your left shoulder into the fountain, your wish will come true. Over 3,000 euro is thrown into this fountain every day. At night, the fountain is emptied and the money is given to charity. Of course, you can't go to Italy without trying some gelato. Gelato is ice cream, but better. There is a really great place to get gelato right beside the Trevi Fountain. I hope you enjoyed our trip to Rome. Ciao!